What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon with Rugby 24, hopefully coming out shortly in September. I thought it'd be fun to take a look back at Rugby 22, more specifically a video that I actually started doing all the prep work for about a year ago and genuinely forgot about it. This one is going to be, who is the best team in Rugby 22? How can you guys make the best team in the game? We'll go through all the steps you need to do to be able to build the best team in this game, and then afterwards we'll play a game to test out just how good that team really is. So jumping in then into this one. Now, I recorded all of this gameplay that you're seeing. This is actually from the Xbox One X. That's where I spent the most of my time doing all of this gameplay and building up all those SP points. So you're actually watching me live, but the gameplay is going to be slightly out because of course I was recording this on a totally different device. So the first thing you want to do, of course, in this game is about getting those best players. We want to build the best team physically possible. Normally starts out with unpacking players. You can see here we're going through some of the 3-star packs, picking out some of those best players, getting up into those sort of top 80s is where you want to be. You can look at like the 2-star players and stuff, but obviously they're rated down there in their 70s. You can occasionally get one into their 80s. And the main aim of doing this is you want to go through as many of those big packs as possible to try and find the absolute best players that you can. Now, when you've got those players, you can see you've got all your cards set up, you'll be able to pick through all of these players. You can then enhance those players even better. So like, hey, we've got this 90 rated lock. You can use the fusion system in this game to raise their stats even more. So you use some other cards as fusion fodder. Going to use this guy Sam card. I've got 3 of this guy's cards. I've got a couple of this guy's cards. I'll spend the SP points and bang, just like that, we have upgraded our 90 lock up to a 92 rated lock with a little gold star next name, all their stats boosted, and that's going to be the basis for building this team. We're going to go and find the best players, make them even better, and then merge them all into one team. So taking a look then at some of the real big boy players that we can get. I've been doing that with a couple of the different players just to see how many, top end players you can get. They're all rated in there like high 90s where you can get to. A couple of the players are of course the fake players from some of the South African teams that weren't licensed for this game, and the England team as well actually. But there are actually a couple of real notable players from real world teams, real world players that you get to put in this team, which is a lot of fun. I basically went through, picked out all the biggest players that I could. I've been upgrading them. I've spent hundreds of thousands on SP points trying to see who can get the most, along with actually upgrading their stats in the club menu as well. So once we've got all the players that we need, we're going to head over to my team. Now, I set up this team called the Titans. This is the big boy team. I thought it's a very suitable name. I put them in a slightly different jersey. It's got a logo on. It's got purple. They stand out. Not a lot of teams play in purple. And here is the best team officially you can do in Rugby 22. So I thought a lot of you guys might want to have a bit of a run through the players. So Steven Kitchov in that prop position. De Bruyne, Van der Nap is the other prop in there. Van der Vaalt is the other lock. So a couple of these players you may be like, oh, I don't actually recognize any of these names there because they're from the unofficial teams that were in the game. But people like Sia Khaleesi, Michael Hooper, you've got some real players in here, which is so nice to see that we can get some real players in here too. Antoine Dupont, of course, that best scrum half, he's a 97. Vlok is the best fly half on 98. Rico Ioane on the wing at 96. Ngani Laumape, 95 as a centre alongside of Lekania Am. De Beer is the other winger on 97, and Potgieter is the fullback there on 97. Now, I haven't done it for all of the subs, finding about like the gold stars and stuff, because I have tested it. It doesn't seem to affect anything. You can have all the players in the world, or you can just have high-rated 90 players. It doesn't seem to actually boost the team stats. So what I've done is I've basically gone through, made this team. As you can see, it's rated 93 in the top left-hand corner, and I've also been upping the team synergy. So all the synergy of the team is all green. That way you can have the most connected team in the game. So 93 is the highest rated a team can get. Kind of mad. I thought maybe we'd go all the way up to 99. I mean, we've definitely seen teams pushing close to 93 in other games, right? So this is what it looks like now when you go into that team. As you can see, even the transfer window, the game doesn't even let you recruit anyone because you are already so high. It's really hard to recruit people to. Of course, alongside this, I've also been upping their stamina. So like take the sprinting, for example. You can see here everyone's speed and their carry meters. Everyone's maxing out on 100 or as high as they can get to. I've gone through as many of the different skills as I can to try and max out as much as possible. That costs thousands and thousands of our points. I thought I'd also show you guys what it really means to have the best team in the game. You can just simulate games. We had had a little bit of an injury here. I just had to replace Ngani Laumapi as an injury, and I basically went through and simulated games. This is the top tier league. You're doing the World Cup at the same time. I'm not even having to play any games, just pressing the simulate button, and as you can see, you just win basically every single game. So in terms as a money churner, this is certainly one of the best ways to do it. Just have this mega team and just go through and simulate a bunch of games. I thought I'd show you guys some of the other ridiculous things that come with having the best team. This is what happens when you try and recruit players. It will give you 4 Antoine Duponts, because obviously the game wants to find you the highest rated players to go alongside it, and unfortunately sometimes it just means it has to double down on the figures. So I thought as what a fun game would be, we'll chug us on against France, because France are the World Cup hosts. Going into the World Cup is obviously where teams have decided who is the best team in the world. This is who I believe is the best team in this game, is the Titans, rated on that 93, and I thought it'd be really fun for you guys to see what it's like to play as this team. So we go in, have got it set to daytime. I only set it to be a 5-minute match so we can get a bit of a feel for it, and I will of course be changing it to Legend in just a second in the gameplay, because I realised it was still on Pro from whenever the last time I played this game on the Xbox was. So we got that there. So there we go, we'll change it over to Legend so that you guys can get a real feel for how good this team is. So jumping in to the game then, the Titans versus France, a huge fixture, a battle of the best. Who can get up there? Now obviously this is recorded on the Xbox One X, it's not on my PC, so unfortunately the gameplay is probably not going to be quite as clear as you guys have seen it in the past in other Rugby 22 videos, and also the gameplay and the way it works is ever so slightly different on the Xbox. The game is actually, I don't want to say harder on the Xbox, but it just doesn't work as good. So it's technically harder, but it's more a case of that things don't work quite as well as they do on the PC version. So we'll get ourselves kicked off here with Vlok kicking it nice and deep, spread our attacking line nice and wide, and we'll rush up on the defense. We got a nice little tackle there inside the 22, and as you can see on Legend difficulty, we just won that ruck like it was nothing. Pass it out right to Rico Ioane. Got it down in the corner, nice and easy. First try within 5 minutes. Even France, who are a massive rucking team in this game, absolutely phenomenal by the Titans to just rush in there, smash it over and spread that ball out wide. No one going to be able to get out for Rico Ioane on that 100 speed, as so many of the players do in this game. Basically the entire back line for the Titans actually has a speed of 100, so they are pretty monstrous, to be fair. And Vlog there, of course, with his brilliant kicking. The kicking's actually kind of difficult. It's one thing that I experienced with having the best kicker. There's so much power. I actually feel like you can make more mistakes with the kick because you can be ever so slightly off, and it has so much power. There's every chance you might actually miss that. We just spread our defensive line a little bit wide there. We did have a knock on. Now handling is a thing. Unfortunately, I don't think this is so much to do with the team. This is more the Xbox version of the game. Unfortunately, there's so many more knock-ons in the game, as well as the actual sort of defensive line setup. You saw how many holes there we had. Even though we're set to be wide, the team is at full chemistry. There really should be no reason that my defensive line was quite so poor. But Vlok's kicking there. He just saw the range he got from inside his own 22. He basically kicked it all the way back to their 22. We win another ruck here. Antoine Dupont on the charge. There we go, to Lacania Am. Back out to Rico Ioane, trying to outrun Damien Pinot on the inside. A lovely pass back in for Lacania Am. Again, we're racing to that one. I thought I'd show off some set plays just to show you guys that they do work, because we, of course, have quite a few issues with the set plays in this game. As Laumapi going to pass that one on there to Pot Gaita, taking it in, and France will go for a big clearance, and they manage to get it just into touch. We'll go out to the line out then. Now, the line out stats, of course, are pretty maxed out for all of these guys, but France not even going to contest in that one as Laumape tries to charge it up a little bit further. Lacania Am getting turned over there. Now, of course, this is France. They're still rated a really high team. They're on Legend difficulty. The rucking system was still an area of contestability in this game. It's not like having the best team allows you to win every ruck, you know, which, considering the amount of money you put into the team and the time you probably do to get all the cards and stuff, it's something to point out that actually, even on Legend difficulty, the AI will still contest quite hard at the ruck system there, as Rico Ioane manages to get around one tackle, not managing to get around Melvin Jaminet, I think, is actually the fullback for the French team on the Xbox version. Of course, there's no modded version in this game because this was all played on the Xbox, not the PC, as Antoine Dupont tries to go quickly through Laumape, doesn't manage to get any further outside there, as Waltz will pick it up himself, cut back inside, cuts Villiers back in now, can they get it out? De Beer, ooh, nearly getting it in there, nice little bit of a run from him trying to cut back inside, but But you can see basically charging with this team, you basically always seem to have good gain meters after you get through that first tackle. But the rucking system is where it really begins to struggle a little bit in this game. See there, France got another big turnover on their own defensive line as De Beer now will run it across field, doing a bit of a little Cheslin Colby run here, really causing a bit of a nuisance for that defensive line. De Bruyne not managing to get that pass a little bit further outside as we go out to Lacania Am now going down the wing. Look at this from the lovely bit of pace from the centre there. Little dodge around the fullback, doesn't manage to get there. Guile Ficou goes in for hands in the ruck. I think we went for a scrum here, I think if I remember rightly. I wanted to showcase a bit of the scrummaging work to show off what it's like in this game. Now obviously the scrums in Rugby 22 not the best anyway, because you tend to put the ball in and ship it back, but as long as you hit those key targets with this best team on those quick time events, pop it in the blue, you basically, it doesn't really matter. If you just pop the ball back, you win it every single time. As Malherbe tries to take it up, and a huge tackle by Jaminet there gives us a yellow card and another really dangerous position to attack from. Melvin Jaminet picking up a hefty old boy there to be able to do a tough tackle. That's a bit impressive there to be able to lift up. We went for another scrum here. Can't remember what we went for. Let's see if we pick it off the back of 8. I really enjoy picking it off the back of 8 when you're this close to the line. Look how big our number 8 is. I can't remember who the number 8 was actually in this team, but he's a big old boy. Let's see what we went for. Oh no, we saw a big gap out wide there. Laumapi's going to run this straight in. Little pop pass to Lacania Am, and once again to De Beer to take that one over for a lovely try. So we only managed to get 2 tries in that opening half. Considering this is the best team in the game, we are playing on the hardest difficulty, so absolutely, you know, fair enough. But you know, maybe you'd want to score more. We scored that first try within the first 5 minutes, but you can see, you know, at least the handling's relatively good from these players. Not really dropping the ball, no forward passes, just nice, easy, go through the phases. Moving on to the kick, then we'll try and show off a bit of the kicking. So we'll only put the power here, you know, just under halfway, just to sort of show how much power he does have. Absolutely blast that. That goes right into the crowd from there. Only about, you know, less than half power. I can't actually remember if I did any super long range kicks in this game. I feel like I wanted to show that off at one point just to show you how much power a kicker on full stats does have. Just have a bit of look at the you know, the sort of stamina bar, what it looks like to have the best team. Everyone there is about 80 to 90% stamina. They look absolutely fine, even though they've been running hard all game. We've really had the bulk of possession, running with the ball in hand. Paul Valemsa there giving another hands in the ruck penalty. That will be an easy few meters for us. We might be able to show off a little bit more here what you can do when you've actually got a bit of space. We're in the middle of the park. One of the best attacking options to have. We've still got that yellow card man advantage, so we'll go for a scrum. And there should absolutely be room to open up. And now when you can hopefully see what the speed of the backs can do, as long as we can find some room. So I see a bit of a hole to the left here as Antoine Dupont, and boom, this is what a 97 rated Antoine Dupont looks like. Gets a bit of a poor pass though to Vlok. I wanted that to go out to Rico Ioane. Unfortunately not getting there. France managing to cut back inside and shut that one down. As Michael Hooper takes it on to Watts, gets clattered in that tackle. We've still got men over though. Dupont crashing it up again through Vlok. Dupont having to get into the ruck as they go out to Lau Mape, who is rapid in this game, to Lacania Am, once again to De Beer, who gets tackled by a man coming on from his yellow card. Again, Rugby 22, please fix that when Rugby 24 comes out, because it is frustrating as anything when that actually happens. Lacania Am having to get back in there. It's so annoying that yellow card players are allowed to run back on. That's been popped up by our prop, if I remember rightly, getting a little bit of an up and under, not going to hand. Michael Hooper, though, returning the ball back to us. We'll ship it out to Rico Ioane. Little grubber kick as he takes it round 1, takes it round 2, takes it round 3, and puts it down for a lovely try. The fullback there running in line with the ball, but the pace of Rico Ioane on that 100 speed, 100 carrying meters really allows him to chase down his own kicks. He's probably the best winger in the game, astonishingly, considering you've got Reece Zammit and Will Jordan. Rico Ioane outmatches them both when you get all those stats boosted up and you fusion him as a card. I really wanted to have someone like Will Jordan out on the wing, but the speed that Rico Ioane gets back to that ball actually gets there so fast that the fullback is still running to go in line with where the ball was going, and a lovely pickup here. Let's see as Vlok goes for this kick. Again, that was about a third power against the wind. Lovely, and it's still sailing, it's still going. There's so much power in those kicks. You don't get quite as much feel for it watching it in the clips when you're actually playing with it. But there is a pretty monstrous team here as Vlok taking it on once again. Busy in all areas of the park. Dupont thinks he sees room to De Beer. Little grubber kick again, chasing the ball down. Manages to beat Jaminet back to the ball. And now Van der Vaart will go for a kick over the top from the big man. Everyone chasing it down. France managed to recover. Let's see where they head off from here. They ship it out left to Villiers. There's a poor tackle by me. Not letting that one get through. Don't know how that's not in touch. But half his body in touch there again. That's one of the issues that comes with the Xbox version. It's much worse in terms of judging when players are actually in touch. And that is a beautiful kick out. Now, I don't know why that didn't count as a 50-22. I think that was inside their own half, and I definitely feel like it bounced into the 22. I think we got a little bit lucky with the call here, where the ball suggests it's just outside the 22. But there's a contestable line out. Again, you can leave that yellow, quick time event right till the end as Laumape charging away. Man, he's got some brilliant pace in this game. I actually had Laumape in my creator team. He was one of the first centres I had. I had him and Quintu Pire as my centres, and he was fantastic, even at base level, let alone when you fusion him up and get him into some really top tier. Now, Rico Ioane, little kick over the top. Tried to kick it back towards centre, hoping someone would charge up. Unfortunately, I think all my really pacey players were further out on the wing, so we did get beaten back for that one. We're charging at the ruck there again. Huge counter ruck. As this game's going on, fatigue is kicking in for this France team, and now every single ruck, you can see what's happening. We're beginning just to smash through. We'll drop it back here to Vlok, try and run around the outside to Kitchoff. A little pass back inside to Van der Vaart. Oh, couldn't quite get there. De Beer having to dodge around a couple of tackles. Again, winning a ruck there. We were really isolated, but big rucking stats on some of those forwards just allow you to just take back control of rucks in some really dominant areas. Lacania Am takes another 3 tackles to shut him down. We'll set up for another quick one here. I wanted to go a little bit quicker than this. I remember that shut me down a little bit too much. Didn't want that necessarily to go to Laumape. Want this to go out to Ioane as fast as possible because we've got room out on that wing. Can't get this ball out. Trying to ship it wide. Again, good tackle there by the French defence. Ioane passes back inside to Laumape once again. Another great bit of set defence from the French here. We've hit that 80th minute, and now it's all about, can we get one more try? A little pop pass back inside to Lacania Am to run it through for a beautiful try in this game. So legend difficulty in a 5-minute match. We got our 4 tries. You can get a bonus point try pretty easily with the with your upgraded team, even against a really top tier team like France on the hardest difficulty in this game. So how good is the best team in this game? Well, it's pretty damn good. 93 is rated really high. I think South Africa in this game is actually rated 92. It's just the baseline standard. So they're not ratedly massive. Like, oh, I went for a full power kick here. I wanted to show how far he could kick it, but I hit the post, which just sort of ruined the experiment I was doing there. But a brilliant game on the whole there. Getting 4 tries, that's going to be all you really need when you look at like a World Cup game, or if you're playing at just sort of club level, getting those bonus point tries just to see you finish out at your top pools so that you can qualify onwards. And France are a really good team in this game, but we did take this one comfortably, 26 points to 0, and there's not a lot more you can ask for. You saw all the different target areas of the game. The players are faster, the rucking ability is better, the line-outs are solid, scrummaging was absolutely effortless. So I thought we'll have one quick look back at the team just so you guys can have a quick look at them at the end. This is the best team I have been able to create in the game, and it's nice to have a couple of real players in there as well, not just the sort of fake ones they added in. Stephen Kitchoff, Sia Khaleesi, Michael Hooper, Dupont, which is nice to have him as a scrum half. There really isn't a lot of scrum halves even close to him. Rico Ioane, Laumape, Lacania Am, and then I thought we had one more real player. No, we didn't. I think everyone else is unfortunately just one of those made up players they had for the team. But there we have it, guys. That is the best rugby team you guys can make in Rugby 22. It took a long time to put this all together, including a lot of SP points and R points to actually be able to create those players by using the fusion system and stuff to put them all together. So make sure to hit that video a like. When Rugby 24 does come out past the World Cup and so on, we may well do a video like this for Rugby 24 when I can find out who the best players are, and obviously we don't always know the mechanics. So we'll have to wait and see till that game comes out what that brings. It might just end up being picking the best players from around the globe as opposed to being able to just create the best team. So make sure you are subscribed to keep up to date with all the latest videos when they come out, especially all of the Rugby 24 stuff. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye bye.